Oh, hello guys, that was a really old intro I used to do back in 2018. G'day guys, Sam here from Building a Board, and today we have the Patrol LS going in, which is pretty sad because that's over here. That was like 3 years ago. This was my baby. I could eat my dinner off it. And now 3 years later, everything's changed. So, in this episode, nothing's really changed since the last time you saw it. We've got the motor in, the body drops on, everything clears, the exhaust is done, all the mounts are done. We've got the FAS lift pump sorted. I've actually finished plumbing that up, so all that runs up to the motor. Return line's done. Oh, actually, something else that's been added in, the torque converter that we picked up last episode, that's the 888 billet clutch modded converter. So today, we've actually got Mitch and James coming. TJ might be dropping in later, so I'm gonna take advantage of all the boys coming here for beers, but we're gonna throw some spanners at them anyway. So I'm gonna get the exhaust heat wrap. What are you doing, Mitch?
Doing up all the gearbox bolts, gonna throw the torque converter on next.
We could probably put the actual transfer case in too, so.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Just stuff, everything's going on. And then hopefully maybe do some firewall stuff, because I got the bunch of stuff from car builders, just like the 80. So we've got heaps of floor stuff, but we've also got firewall shielding, which I'm keen to try out because it's like a sticky back stuff, I think. So we'll stick it onto where it can, and bits that aren't really good for sticking, i.e. that crap. Might just throw a couple of techies in there and hold it together.
Just like a massage the firewall.
Just massage it very vigorously. I'm gonna play around with some hoses for power steering lines, and yeah, let's see what happens.
You wear a hat, they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat. You just like covenant clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3, I be missed for the road. My oldest like counting racks.
Whoa. The man is a raw. Oh, yes. And you got beers that I actually drink, which are like full of sugar.
Well, beer, but you know, I got something.
And the Larry can.
Quality.
Oh, yes. Yeah, boy. Just need a Building Up Board stubby. I got a cracking job for you, but.
What's that?
It's a fun one. Got to heat shield the exhaust, well, dump pipe.
So excited.
Do you know the trick with this?
No.
So every time you do heat shield, I learned this the hard way. You do it dry, you get nailed. Drop it in a bucket of water, and then do it up nice and tight. Start from the top, and then we'll put a stainless steel cable tie around it.
Rock on.
So yeah, that's James's job sorted. Mitch is on to the torque converter bolts, which we've lined up. I can't really get in there with the camera, but you got to line the flywheel up, do it up. We'll flip it 180, do the other side, so it's pulled up evenly, and then we can go around and fully torque them. So I just need to Google the torque spec.
That's them.
But they're brand new, yeah, because they've got this well, that looks like,
It's locked up.
Yeah, locked up. Well, that's the word I was looking for. Anti-come off screw bolt stuff.
Clicking my heels like I'm Dorothy. I need new hobbies, it's boring me. Play all my kids and it's water me. I see new loafers, I'm ordering. I just want socks and stocks. I feel on top to top. Shipping, I pop. Still young in my 20s, I celebrate.
No, I'm joking, it'll be fun. Heat wrapping's done, just got to trim it up, just use some side cutters. Throw stainless steel tyres on so they don't burn. If you put plastic tyres on, you'll probably get 5 minutes down the road, they'll melt off, catch fire and all sorts. And then go back in the car. Ah! Straight in the drink.
Yeah, boy.
I'm gonna get electrocuted now. Well. The moral support has arrived.
Oh. Moral support.
Do you want to work on the car, maybe?
Whoa.
He's like, oh, I don't know, I'll break something.
Yeah. I'll grab the screwdriver.
I don't even know what you could do. You could probably spin the motor around for Mitch. Hey, Mitch.
Is that a Phillips or a flathead, that one?
So that one's a left-handed flathead. So you just put this really appropriate tool on that really delicate bolt and just turn it around for Mitch, because he's doing the torque converter bolt. Hello?
Straight. I ain't no special, my tidal wave. I came to win, I ain't gonna play. At my own pace and I'm never late. See the strap thing is still new to me. My only do this for like 2 or 3. I'll be down as long as it's true to me. Got records, some records that's new to you, but none of these records is new to me. I used to skip cuts, now I'm tutoring. I was just a team with a GED.
Wow, the transfer case is in. A little hard to line the holes up because it's all like CNC machine, so they've got to be bang on, but it's all looking good. Clears the exhaust and all that. I planned that. Didn't actually, that was a fluke.
Done good.
But the problem is, because you've added in this material here to adapt them, drive shafts have to be a different length. So custom made drive shafts, here we come. The back one needs to be shorter, the front one needs to be longer. But once that's done, then yeah, all the drive lines pretty much sorted. Woo, brand new. A brand new starter motor.
Fresh job.
Woo. Hey, what do you got? Oh, heat shield, sick. Oh, what do you got? Oh, dude, we gotta, wait, let's open them up. Let's open them up. Anyway, what we're doing now, we're gonna put the heat shield on the firewall. So you cleaned it, right? Mitch cleaned it the other night with a bit of brake cleaner. It is very bashed in, obviously, to make that dump pipe fit. So the plan is to see how good it sticks on the flat bits. Anywhere it doesn't fit good, we're just gonna throw a few techies in there because that'll suck it back. It should be fairly malleable, is that the word? Malleable, moldable, and then we'll just trim it back. So there we go.
Ready?
Going up, get it, then I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back.
He's worked with tools before. What is that? Wait, dead. Whoa! Oh! Hang on.
Did you get that on camera?
I've worked with tools too, right?
Hey.
Raceworks heat shield.
Cut it there.
What's that for? Yeah. No, rough. Actually, about there. Because what we're doing is.
The Raceworks in half. That'd be half.
Oh, okay, we'll cut it there, and then it'll be fully race car.
That'd be really good.
Fully race car. So this is the return line for fuel, which is a pain in the butt because I'm going to use the old hard line, which was the feed to the old LS motor. Runs back to the tank, but we're going to run across the firewall and then down. There's no Raceworks on it at all. After all that, oh, there it is.
There it is. That's take it off, do it again.
It's facing the wrong way. James, when it goes over the firewall. Oh, no.
Do what they should do.
Wait, hang on, that's better. All right, we can tick that one off the list. Should we ride a list? They're always fun riding lists.
I thought when we ride a list.
But it's also scary. It's like, oh.
I thought when we ride a list, nothing gets done.
Because we're too busy riding the list. So what we're doing now is going to drop the body on because there's a lot more to do up there. We're probably going to hook into the interior, but I'll let you know about that in a sec. We're going to be watching a lot of things. A lot of things have changed. I've added the gearbox dipstick, so we'll see if that clears. Also, my exhaust is on. Make sure that clears. All the things. And hopefully the chassis hasn't moved because the body mounts were lined up last time I checked. Oh, this rubber's gone. Oh, it's down there. Okay, we found a clearance issue. It was a bloody exhaust and it's not in the spot that I thought was going to be close, which I thought was going to be up here, but it's right at the edge. See that body mount? Probably another 4 or 5 inches. And we have not that much room here. So got to add another little pie cut in there, kick it down a bit deeper and then bring it back later. I wanted to add another V-band in there anyway, because that's a straight piece the whole way through. I don't think that'll ever come out the car with the tray on and the cab on. So I don't know. Got to add that piece in anyway, so might as well do the little bends and make it fit properly. Well, snap my fingers and she's done. Added another kick in there, add another V-band. It took a long time. That was 3 of us working on it. It was 9:40, took about an hour and a half because it's really hard to build a middle section of an exhaust rather than going all the way to the tip. So took a lot of like a mill off here, mill off there, grinding, cutting, sanding, but she fit up in the end. So stoked with that.
The next day.
Oh, the dreaded part of the build, this bloody box of spaghetti. So I had a crack at doing this. I can't remember if I filmed any of it because I've been doing it over the last few weeks, but if I did, I'll put up some footage now, probably just a time lapse or whatever. Wiring harness. God, get these tools out of here. I was even doing it last night as well, trying to put some stuff together. So I had a crack at doing this because obviously I've done a few harnesses before. I've done all the LS stuff a couple of times. Had to play with the one on the FTE, etc. So pretty simple, I'd say. You basically obviously put the whole engine harness together. Here there are a couple of plugs, so I've just spliced all the wires together. And then I got a bunch of pinouts. I don't know where they are. Basically all the pinouts for all the plugs for the ECU, TCM and the BCM. So you need all 3 to run. So the ECU obviously runs the motor. The transmission control module runs the auto, and then you need the body control module for the thing to work with like tow haul mode. I'm pretty sure that's where all your cruise control and stuff comes out of. So there's a bit going on. I've cut back what I think's right. So what I want to do now is plug the whole harness into the motor, plug all the ECUs in and just strip it back and make sure all these ones I've labeled here are correct. And then hopefully in a few days we can actually run the motor up in the chassis. And then we'll just have a sit back and strip it down. See if we're looking good. Alrighty, so I got all the wiring harness put on. Most of it went all right. A bit of memory work, trying to work out where everything went. There's one little guy left over. So Not sure where he goes. There's a couple of things obviously being pulled off. It might not be used anymore, otherwise I've got to figure it out. All the transmission looms down there. This is everything that's going to go through the firewall to be connected up. On the other side here, it's looking pretty good. This side was pretty simple. A lot of the stuff with the intake and that's not being used anymore. We've got rid of them, blocked them off, the ones that are irrelevant now. And this is all the new loom. This one's pretty much ready to loom up. I'll put some conduit on that. And then we've got the plugs here for all the ECU to go through the firewall as well. So wiring's all done. So the next thing is going to be all the intercooler piping. So actually I ran down to Ben Brothers. He's an absolute legend there because he supplies not only stainless, but has aluminium as well and titanium. Not that I'd put titanium on anything, but that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I got a bunch of bends from him, 45s and 90s. We're gonna do it all out of aluminium because that doesn't heat soak as much, so it's a lot better for your charge pipes to keep the temps down. And I am gonna powder coat them, so they're gonna look sweet anyway. So I've already cut a couple of holes in the front here for those lines to go through, those charge pipes. Intercooler is sort of half mounted. This is pretty roughly where it's gonna go. So now I'm gonna go through and just cut everything up, start trimming it to get it ready to weld. So I've got a new welder coming. It's not here yet, but I decided to learn to aluminium TIG weld as well. So the one I've got only does stainless because it's DC, but I've got an AC DC TIG welder coming from Unimig soon. So that'll be pretty sweet. I can get into some aluminium stuff, see how we go with that. And once charge pipes are done, the cab can go on for good.
Chuck it to the other side. It's all love, just know we down to ride. No new faces, no strangers vanish. I remember we were down, we never panicked. We got it, we super rockin'. Make your little girl wanna dance, see her booty poppin'. Heard you talking all about it, I really got it. Heard you talking all about it.
Alright, so I've been playing around for a little bit with these pipes. I've redone it a couple of times in different configurations because I keep adding things in, i.e. airbox, which I've had to trim the side off and we'll replate that up to fit the pipe. So this one looks all right. It comes down and basically goes underneath the power steering and then it will peek through here. That's all falling down, but it basically goes that way and then straight out here. Oh my God, it's all falling apart. And then just a 90 around to the intercooler. Same with this side, just a 90 runs through the hole there and then we come up across here. So there's a little problem we got now with the coolant pipe because with my different intake, the pusher intake sits a lot closer to that. So you actually have to go around the back rather than in front, which a lot of guys do. You can get a forward facing thermostat off the vans that run the DURAMAX, come out here, which would have been perfect. But I was on the phone last night to 3 different places in America. 2 of them that get the GM part said it's about 6-month wait. And then another place that does a billet one. They're like, we make them to order, so it's about 30 days to make and then plus shipping. So we don't have time for that. So we're gonna have to go hectic and run around the back. It'll be really long until I can sort out a forward-facing one. So today's plan is to get all the intercooler piping welded up and then I can send it off for powder coating and then start looking at that coolant line and then probably I'll just fix up this airbox as well and change the direction that the air filter's gonna go in. So more welding. And Nathan's back, you married him from last episode with the exhaust. So instead of stainless, we're doing alley today. And yeah, should be good.
Chuck it to the other side. It's all love, just know we down to ride. No new faces, no strangers vanish. I remember we were down, we never panicked. We got it, we super rockin'. Make your little girl wanna dance, see her booty poppin'. Heard you talking all about it, I really got it. Heard you talking all about it, I really got it. I've been working really grinding. Timing, perfect, see me wildin'. Flying, getting on my mileage, rising.
I've had initial crack with doing all the intercooler piping now. The hot side was pretty easy. There's only a couple of welds we're going to chuck in here. I managed to get away with putting on a bunch of silicone hose bends to really get all the angles I need without welding. Oh, by the way, silicone bends, I'm using the Raceworks stuff. So obviously all the fittings that we use on the fuel lines, but Raceworks, but they also make all the silicone bends and really nice. I think these are like, yeah, T-bolt clamp. So for you guys out there, have all your intercooler lines blowing off, use proper clamps, not bloody hose clamps. So this side's pretty good. Nathan's just finished tacking up the cold side, which has a few more welds and stuff to go in. We'll probably just try and get a 90 through here, but it's a real awkward angle at the top. The biggest thing with these in a patrol is the bonnet height, because you can't go a full 90, it gets too high. Like basically this is sort of that's probably gonna touch the bonnet, to be honest, as it is. So the hardest thing is just getting it nice and low. So we used a silicone bend so we can get a bit of flex out of it, and then the rest of it will be welded up. That's where we're at. There's a couple of little fittings to go in as well, because the cold side has the map sensor in it. And then we also, we've done the air box. So trim that up, that side's been welded back in. So that should fit better. Just, look at that. The clearance is like a bee's dick. So once all that intercooler piping's done, the last thing to do is put the intake hose in straight from the turbo to the airbox. Then that's most of the air lines done. And then it'll be the crazy journey of coolant lines. Because one of them is pretty crazy. I'm still waiting on my radiator anyway from Adrautor changing it up to suit the DURAMAX. And then, yeah, I'll let you know about that coolant line, because there's a bit going on. Tight spaces, not much room, and we have to go a bit hectic around the outside with making that fit. So keep cracking on, heaps of welding. I might learn a bit of alley today, I don't know, maybe. How hard is it compared to TIG, to stainless?
I like alley.
It sounds good, it sounds like you're cooking bacon, and that's how you know you're doing it right. So we'll see how we go. I need to learn it one day, so why not do it now?
I don't wanna, no, I don't wanna keep playing with you, keep playing with you. I just wanna, yeah, I just wanna sustain with you, play no games with you. You're the apple in my eye, my eye. Every time make you leave, make me cry. Meant to be this way, it always feels on time. You'll forever be my purity of mine.
Okay, we're gonna try some alley welding. So I haven't done this before because my welder couldn't do it, but I've just ordered the new
Razor 200.
The Razor 200. So I got the Unimig Razor 185 or something. The 200 has AC, so you need AC for alley welding. That's the difference between stainless and alley. Same gas, pure argon. You just change the tip, different filler, etc. So mine's machine's going to be coming Friday, pretty soon. So I might as well learn how to use a bloody thing before it comes. I like the sound of alley. It sounds like bacon. So watch and learn first. All right, let's make a mess of this one. You're gonna watch me and tell me what I'm doing. I feel like this thing's gonna bloody electrocute me too. Really gotta twist the wrist again.
So ideally you want that as square as possible to your job.
I was kind of moving but not rotating my wrist. You want it real square. And so you dab and then move and then dab and then move. Okay.
That's not bad.
I think I'm ready to join something now. Oh, that's hitting. Clearancing for days in this thing, I tell you what. Bloody hitting. Oh. Well, that's me done for the day. I tell you what, it's gonna be done for you too. I'm gonna wrap up the episode there. So one of those days this afternoon, but I'm gonna do that because next week, very special episode. I'm actually gonna start this thing up for the first time. I know it's a long way from actually being completely finished and running, but got Josh coming down from Sunshine Coast Patrols and he's bringing his little scan gauge. What we're gonna do is have the body off, run it up in the chassis with no accessories, none drives happening, no turbo, power steering, anything like that. Just basically the crank running, because I wanna hear this thing raw, make sure it actually runs, and that should give me more motivation to get the thing done. Oh no.
Why is that not getting fuel?
It's broken, it's not working.
Holding a little
Pump is broken.
Turn her off. And then after that, the cab could probably go on for good. Wiring should be sorted, make sure there's no codes, and yeah, can have a bloody sleep. I just want to say though, thank you guys so much for watching along with this one. It's kind of a bit of a rushed project, so I'm trying to get it ready for a trip that we're going on in a couple of weeks. So it's all hands on deck at the moment. It's not the best filming that I normally do, but it's because there's so much going on, and it is a very complex conversion. Coming from someone who's done a lot of different engine conversions before, this one's really up there, so I don't recommend tackling it on your own if you kind of haven't had experience doing conversions before. But we've sort of slowly managing to nut it out. I've got the right people in the industry giving me pointers, helping me here and there, and basically working out as we go. No two conversions are the same with these. Every car is slightly different, so it's just kind of making it work for your particular vehicle. But the light's at the end of the tunnel. Once we get the thing running, I reckon it'll be a home stretch and we can really hook in and get everything sorted. So we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. I want to say thank you so much for watching along. I know it's not the best filming, but everyone who's still watching, liking, subscribing, commenting and all that, really appreciate it. So next episode, we'll get cracking on with that. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss that next episode. And check out the merchandise on our website because we've got a pretty good range at the moment. There was some stuff out of stock, but we're back in stock. So there's a link down below there. Jump on the website and pick up some Built Not Bought merch. It really helps the channel, which is great. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Hello guys and welcome to Built Not Bought HQ. Make sure to click on the far left to subscribe to the channel. Click down below to see the latest episode if you missed it. And don't forget our merchandise on our website. See you in the next episode.